Russia is making efforts to spy on the UK, but that won't be easy. What's even more concerning is that they've pulled this stunt twice. Their spy ship entered British waters in late November last year, and then again in January 2025. Both times the UK kept a close watch and sent a clear message to Russia. We know you're here, and we're not pleased with it. Flying Eagle is keeping an eye on these developments. The January 2025 incident, tracking the Yantar. Let's start with the most recent encounter. On January 22, 2025, the Royal Navy, the UK's powerful maritime force, detected the presence of the Russian spy ship Yantar sailing in British waters. This wasn't just any routine naval patrol. The Yantar, officially classified as a deep-sea research vessel, is widely believed to be used by Russia for intelligence-gathering operations, particularly those involving undersea infrastructure like communication cables and energy pipelines. Realizing the potential threat, the UK swiftly responded by deploying HMS Somerset and HMS Tyne to shadow the Russian ship. These two Royal Navy vessels weren't just there for show. They played a crucial role in ensuring that the Yantar's movements were closely monitored at all times. A covert aerial hunt begins. HMS Somerset, a Type 23 frigate, was particularly well equipped for this mission. Not only did it have state-of-the-art radar and surveillance systems, but it also carried a Merlin helicopter, a high-tech aircraft equipped with advanced sonar and sensors specifically designed for tracking vessels, especially those that might try to operate discreetly. Instead of openly approaching the Yantar right away, the Royal Navy executed a strategic aerial maneuver. The Merlin helicopter lifted off from HMS Somerset, operating out of sight of the Russian vessel. With its long-range detection systems, the helicopter scanned the waters near Britain, searching for the Yantar's precise location. Once detected, the Yantar was found sailing toward the English Channel, heading south. With this critical intelligence in hand, the HMS Somerset and HMS Tyne repositioned themselves, moving toward the Russian vessel's expected path. The interception near Ushant, France. By the time the Yantar approached the entrance of the English Channel, the Royal Navy had already moved into position. HMS Somerset caught up to the Russian ship just south of the traffic separation scheme near Ushant, France, a crucial maritime choke point where many international vessels transit. The interception was not just symbolic. It was a clear demonstration of British naval readiness in the face of foreign intelligence activities. Following the operation, HMS Somerset's commanding officer, Matthew Tier, issued a firm statement reinforcing the Royal Navy's commitment to national security. The Royal Navy is always there when the nation needs, protecting our home and the waters that surround it. This latest confrontation highlights the ongoing strategic chess game between the UK and Russia, as intelligence-gathering missions and military countermeasures continue to unfold in European waters. Flying Eagle will keep monitoring these events. What do you think Russia's next move will be? Share your thoughts below. How NATO closely tracked the Yantar's movements long before it reached the English Channel. Long before the Russian spy ship Yantar approached the English Channel, Britain and its NATO allies had already been keeping a watchful eye on its activities. Intelligence reports and advanced surveillance systems had detected its presence as soon as it entered French waters, triggering a coordinated response among NATO forces. Given the Yantar's known capabilities, equipped with deep-sea surveillance technology and the potential to interfere with undersea communication cables, it was a high-priority target for monitoring. To ensure constant tracking, the Royal Navy deployed the HMS Somerset and HMS Tyne, which took over the responsibility of shadowing the Yantar as it moved through the region. These warships, equipped with state-of-the-art radars and sensors, meticulously recorded every maneuver the Russian vessel made. The HMS Somerset, in particular, maintained close proximity to the Yantar, ensuring that its actions were continuously reported to NATO command. The vessel's path through the English Channel and its movement beyond the Strait of Dover were carefully analyzed, as officials sought to determine its exact mission. This was not an isolated event. In fact, It was the second time in January that the UK had to scramble its forces to track a Russian vessel operating near its waters. The increasing frequency of such encounters underscored growing tensions between Russia and NATO, raising concerns about potential threats to critical undersea infrastructure. However, as the Royal Navy focused on the Yantar, a crucial question remained. What about the presence of a submarine? Was there an unseen Russian submarine accompanying the Yantar, lurking beneath the waters? If so, how did it fit into the broader scope of this operation? The November 2024 incident, how Britain took a more aggressive stance. While no British submarines were involved in tracking the Yantar in January, this wasn't the first time the Russian spy ship had entered British waters. Just a couple of months earlier, in November 2024, the UK took a significantly different approach, one that involved a stealthier and more forceful response. On January 22nd, UK Defence Secretary John Healey addressed Parliament, revealing a previously undisclosed operation. Unlike the January incident where surface ships alone monitored the Yantar, the November event prompted him to take an additional step, deploying a Royal Navy submarine to track the vessel. This decision, Healey emphasized, was not just about surveillance but deterrence. The Yantar wasn't merely passing through British waters. It was hovering over critical undersea infrastructure, raising alarm bells within the Ministry of Defense. The Royal Navy's tactical shift, a covert submarine deployment. During the November encounter, the UK mobilized multiple assets to monitor and deter the Yantar, including HMS Tyne, a patrol vessel tasked with close tracking, HMS Catastocke, a mine countermeasure ship, RAF aerial surveillance, to provide an overhead intelligence gathering perspective, RFA Proteus, a surveillance and reconnaissance vessel. While these surface forces made their presence known, Britain had a hidden ace up its sleeve, one that Russia wasn't supposed to see until it was too late. I want to confirm to the House that I authorized a Royal Navy submarine, strictly as a deterrent measure, to surface close to the Yantar, to make clear that we had been covertly monitoring its every move, Healey disclosed. The strategic surfacing of the submarine sent an unmistakable message to Russia. Long before the Yantar's crew saw British warships, they had already been watched from beneath the waves. A silent but potent warning. This wasn't just routine military monitoring. It was a calculated demonstration of power. The Yantar's capabilities as an intelligence-gathering vessel made it a direct concern for NATO, particularly due to its ability to map and potentially sabotage vital undersea infrastructure, such as communication and energy cables. By surfacing a submarine in close proximity, Britain was delivering a stark warning. If we had wanted to, we could have sunk your spy ship at any moment. This response marked a shift in Britain's naval strategy regarding Russian incursions. The message to Moscow was clear. Every action would be met with an increasingly assertive and strategic countermeasure, whether visible or unseen. The role of the Astute-class submarine, Britain's silent enforcer. While UK Defence Secretary John Healey did not disclose the specific type of submarine used in the November 2024 operation, defence experts widely believe that Britain deployed an Astute-class submarine, the Royal Navy's most advanced nuclear-powered attack submarine. Given its capabilities, this choice would have sent an unmistakable message to Russia. Why is the Astute-class submarine so dangerous? The Astute-class is not just another submarine. It is a cutting-edge war machine designed for stealth, endurance, and lethal precision. Size and speed. Measuring 318 feet, 97 meters in length, this submarine can remain submerged for up to 90 days, carrying a crew of 110 personnel while moving at speeds of 29 knots, 33 mph, 54 kmph. Strike range. Armed with Tomahawk Block 4 cruise missiles, the Astute-class can strike targets over 621 miles, 1,000 kilometers away, a range that far exceeds the width of the English Channel. Weapons arsenal. Its Tomahawk missiles, Spearfish torpedoes, and mines make it more than capable of neutralizing any Russian spy ship, including the Yantar, in a matter of minutes. A calculated show of force, not escalation. Had Britain wanted to eliminate the Yantar as a threat, an Astute-class submarine could have done so long before it reached the English Channel. Its ability to track, shadow, and engage targets from hundreds of miles away meant that the Yantar was never truly operating unnoticed. But instead of escalating tensions with an aggressive military action, Britain chose a measured show of force. By surfacing near the Yantar, the Royal Navy demonstrated its ability to covertly monitor Russian activities while signaling that any hostile move could be met with overwhelming firepower. The message to Russia was clear. We see everything, we are prepared, but we choose deterrence for now. A pattern of suspicious activity, the Yantar's global footprint. For nearly a decade, the Russian spy ship Yantar has exhibited a consistent pattern of behavior, loitering near critical undersea infrastructure across multiple regions. Since 2015, it has been spotted in strategically sensitive locations, raising concerns that its missions go far beyond routine naval operations. Key sightings of the Yantar near undersea. Cables, 2015. Monitored undersea cables near Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, 2015. Entered Norwegian territorial waters, sparking NATO concerns, 2016. Spotted off the coast of Greenland, near key communication lines, 2017. Operated near an Israel-Cyprus undersea cable, critical for regional internet and military coordination, 2020. Detected off Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in an area with strategic Atlantic communications infrastructure, 2021. Moved into Irish waters near submarine cables, prompting European security alerts. The pattern is unmistakable. Wherever the Yantar appears, critical undersea communication and power infrastructure is nearby. This strongly suggests that the ship is mapping and analyzing the vulnerabilities of global seabed networks, possibly for future sabotage operations. Russia's bigger plan: undersea cable sabotage. Why does this matter? Because in a future conflict, disrupting undersea cables could be a crippling first strike. These cables carry over 95% of global internet and military communications and link nations' power grids, financial networks, and government operations. If Russia has been systematically pinpointing the exact locations of these vital connections, it could be preparing for targeted sabotage in the event of war. We've already seen similar attacks in the Baltic Sea, suggesting that this isn't just speculation. It may already be happening. January 27, 2025. Sweden seized a vessel, the Vasion, suspected of deliberately damaging an undersea cable connecting Sweden and Estonia. During the incident, Latvia reported 3 unidentified ships in the area, possibly coordinating the operation. Intelligence suggests that Russia's Shadow Fleet, a network of ships that aren't officially Russian-owned but operate under its direction, may be responsible. If these incidents in the Baltic are a test run, could the Yantar's activities be part of a much larger global strategy? The possibility is alarming. A well-planned undersea sabotage campaign could sever the UK's power and internet connectivity, crippling its ability to respond in wartime. For NATO and Western allies, keeping the Yantar under close surveillance is no longer just about intelligence gathering. It's about preventing a potential maritime cyber warfare disaster before it's too late. Will Russia escalate its operations in British waters? The Yantar's recent activities strongly suggest that Russia is actively gathering intelligence on critical undersea infrastructure, possibly in preparation for future sabotage operations. With increasing tensions between Moscow and NATO, the question remains: will Russia take the next step and escalate in British waters? What's next? Key questions to consider. Will Russia deploy a Shadow Fleet vessel to carry out a covert attack on submarine cables in UK waters? Given recent incidents in the Baltic Sea, could Britain become the next target? Was Britain's decision to surface a submarine near the Yantar the right move? Did it send a strong enough deterrence signal, or did it risk provoking further Russian aggression? Should the UK adopt a more aggressive approach in dealing with Russian spy ships? Should British forces take preemptive action rather than simply tracking and shadowing these vessels? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And thanks for watching this video. Now check out UK submarines can destroy Russia in 55 minutes, or click on another recommended video.